What is going on, guys? Sean Don coming back at you with a technical analysis. Here we have Kade McCall with a hammer video. He got a weight throw done indoors, and yeah, coming back around. Said he's got an important meet coming up soon, so let's take a look.
That was a throw.
I agree. That was a throw. Very good acceleration. You can see the orbit grow in the direction of the sector. Very nice. So let's break it down. First technical analysis quite a while. Was in Europe on hiatus, competing and training. What I would say is slow down your first wind. Make your first wind slower and bigger, and then accelerate into that second strong wind, and accelerate mostly into the entry. So slow first wind, strong second wind, and then make sure you really feel the tension, feel the ball accelerate through the entry. Starting too fast usually means it's hard to feel the ball accelerate, which means you lose connection and things get a little hairy. So slow down that first one just a little bit. As you can see, your hand's going to come forwards very aggressively here. Try to guide it a little bit more. Move with it, not so much ahead of it. Step up, staying over that left side. Turn your shoulders back. Our hands nice and relaxed. I'll shift over to the right, shift back to the left. Solid job turning back here. You can see your right elbow kind of drops down. Not necessarily a bad thing, but you can see that right shoulder and elbow comes down, and then that left shoulder goes up. As you can see, there's a slight tilt, a sign that you're going to be a little bit left side dominant, and especially looking at this left leg, you can see it's just turned slightly ahead. It's turned about 90 degrees ahead of where the ball is when it needs to be more or less with the ball. So you need your upper body, or not even upper body, lower body, but your left and right sides of your body. So your left shoulder, left hip, left knee, left foot, and right hip, right knee, whatever, all that stuff together with the ball. You want your right side and your left side working together with the ball, not ahead of it. As you can see, there's this left leg turn ahead, and then you can see there's a little bit of tension through this left shoulder. But overall, so yeah, try not to pull your elbow down so much on the entry, and then if anything, think about keeping your hands up a little bit. So as the ball comes through 270, keep your hands up a little bit more, and then even if it comes through 0, don't let your hands drop so dramatically. Like I said, you kind of pull down, and you can see your shoulders come forwards. But then otherwise, I mean, so you do lead with that left leg a little bit, but then you can see you're doing a really good job working that right leg. Looks like you even slip a little bit here. So definitely try to use this right leg a little bit earlier in the throw. Try to use this right leg to pressure and keep this left shoulder over this left heel. And then turn it with the ball once again. Use this right leg to turn with the ball, whereas you can see that left leg is the only thing that's really turning until that ball gets to 0, and then that right leg starts to go with it. So calm down that left side a little bit early on and use a little bit more of that right side to keep up with it. Otherwise, do a good job sending the ball around the left side. Hips are pretty stable. Shoulders level. Getting a little kind of like discus leg around this left leg. You could be a lot more aggressive with this right leg, make it much more of an A skip, like up over this left calf rather than around that left heel. That would help you sneak that right foot in a little bit quicker. As you can see, this right foot really kind of drags around. Because of that, you don't quite get it down to the ball's at about 270. Whereas if you were to step up and over this left leg, you'd probably be able to get it down probably about right there. As you can see, this right foot really floats just barely over the ground. So I want it to be more of an up and down motion, like a piston driving up and down, rather than, once again, like I said, sweeping around. That'll help you catch a little bit earlier. Otherwise, you can see head turn ahead just a bit. Shoulders still level, hips still level. As you catch, hands drop a little bit because the high point of the ball is right about there, which isn't bad. Pretty solid catch. Hips are underneath you. That's the biggest thing here. As you can see, your right hip is underneath you. Your left hip could be back a little bit, but it's hard to tell with the baggy clothes. But most importantly, like I said, your right hip is right underneath you on the catch. Shoulder is right over that right hip. It means you're going to be nice and stable, and you're going to be able to get to work right away. Whereas if that right hip comes back at all, you need to you're going to have to wait just a bit to get that hip back underneath you before you can really put force down into the ball up through the ground. Left heel comes down nice and early. Boom, that's really good. But then same thing, you can see this right leg. So you come down flat-footed, and that's totally up to you. Personally, I'm more of a fan of landing on the ball of the right foot, because that way you can get to work right away. Whereas when people land on this heel, you can see that a lot of people, they come down heel first, and then they don't really turn it at all until the ball already passes zero, and so they're not really getting much out of it. But maybe something to consider for the future. Not necessarily right now. Don't need to change that. But if you come down on that ball, that right foot, you'll be going to be able to use it. You're going to be able to use this right leg, turn it with the ball a lot easier, a lot better. When you come down on the heel, like I said, it just makes it hard. You can see the ball as it goes through zero. Your right or left leg is kind of doing most of the turning, whereas this right leg finally catches up once again in that last, I don't know, quadrant or so. And I kind of do like the right leg movement. Like, it looks like you're really getting into it. I would just like to see this right leg turn a little bit earlier. Send the ball out around this left side a little bit more. As you can see, this left heel comes down. You ideally want this shoulder hip to stay over this heel. So you shift back just a bit. I think it's because the right leg doesn't quite work early enough. So a more stable left side, meaning if the right leg works better, you're going to hold his left side better. The ball's going to go around his left side much better. It's going to be much more efficient. But you pull back just a bit. You get to this toe, and then you can see how you rise up just a bit. It's very subtle. As you get to that toe, think about dropping this left knee down towards the ground, towards 180. So out towards the sector, drop that left knee down and forwards. Whereas you can see you kind of rise up just a hair. As that toe comes down, you extend this left heel or left ankle just a bit and left knee just a bit. You rise up just a little bit. So when you come down and catch, once again, the ball's just at 270 instead of catching it a little bit deeper. And then you can also see, prior to that, your leg still kind of comes around. It's a little bit higher up now, but still kind of comes around that left heel. You want to try to think about, once again, that piston motion up and down, driving like just barely around this left calf. You almost want that your right heel to graze that left calf, but don't trip on it because that's bad. But yeah, so you rise up just a bit, and then causes you to catch a little bit late. As you can see, even when you come down, your heel's up, it's high, rather than being a little bit low on the ground. You can see there's just a little bit of that snap action. That left heel snaps down rather than coming down naturally. Same thing here, a little bit flat-footed, but you do a good job of getting that left heel snapping down underneath you. Shoulder, hip, knee, heel, all in line. But then, yeah, same thing as before, that right foot doesn't really do much working. It's just that left side turning. Incredible ankle mobility here. That's pretty cool. Otherwise, good patience. But yeah, same thing, left side just shifts back. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So where, like I said, needs to hold right here. You come back just a bit because that right leg isn't working quite as much as it could be. My computer screen is freaking out right now. Bear with me. Okay, we're good. Back to normal. Oh, excuse me, and I got the hiccups. Just ate dinner. Lots of good things going on right now. But yeah, so you see that right leg isn't quite working until the ball gets to zero. So then the ball doesn't quite get all the way around. It does. Never mind. I was wrong. I was just looking at this left foot, and it looks like that left toe comes down a little bit early. As you see, it's in the direction of, more towards 90 than in the direction of the sector. But the way you're working things, like I said, the left side goes a little bit early, and this happens, but the ball still gets around pretty well. But unfortunately, this is your latest catch. And then so far at least. So you catch, because this left side pulls back, it shortens the amount of time that it takes for the ball to go around the left side, which means you will catch late. Once again, just after 270, hips are almost square, turn it back to 0, and then that left heel comes down again, snaps down, solid left side axis, and but then yeah, same thing, that flat-footed right foot not doing much, and you can see especially here as you get to that inside of the knee, or that knee coming inwards, and that you can see you're coming off the ball of the foot very plantar flexed, meaning that toe is pointed down towards the ground. That's a very good sign that the left side is doing all the work and the right side's not doing much. Because if this right leg's actually working, it's going to come off more dorsiflexed, toe up rather than toe down in a way. And you can see that right here. You can see that head go up and back in a way, that left shoulder, left side going around. But you're really doing a good job of getting your hips forwards towards the ball. So you can see your right hip driving up and towards the ball, whereas, but then this right leg, so right foot picks up probably right about in between these two frames, and meaning you don't quite get the energy of the ball in the direction of the sector. So what you have to do is use this left side to pull it around, and that's pretty much what you do, which is why you see this right leg come really wild around this left leg. You're back against the ball really good, but you're using this left side to pull the ball around because you're not quite using this right leg to work the ball all the way around to 180. So left side overactive, right leg getting a little wild here. Once again, same as before, up and down piston motion, less of the sweeping motion. And then, yeah, once again, similar to the last catch just after 270, your head's back against the ball, which is nice. You're countering back. But as you can see, your hips are a little bit forwards. Our hips are a little bit backwards, sorry. You come down, and once again, that right foot lands almost flat-footed. And you use this strong left shoulder to pull the ball around and through. So, Kade, I like the overall look of the throw. The ball movement is what I like.
That was a throw.
Like I said, you can really see the ball grow. Oh, geez, what's going on? You can really see the ball grow towards the sector in the last two turns, and you're really back against it in this finish. But yeah, there's definitely some things you can clean up. So there's definitely more there. Best of luck at your meet coming up, and yeah, maybe you could even try to flatten out that first wind a little bit. As you can see, it's a little steep. Ball's quite high, comes crashing down on you, and yeah. So overall, like I said, just try to use that right leg more, get up on that ball, that right foot, hold this left side a little bit better, wait for the ball more, hold this left leg, be patient for the ball to pass, and then really work on this right leg action and single support, come up and down like a piston more so than around like a discus sweep, and that'll change things a lot because you'll catch deeper, you'll be able to use that right leg more, and it's just a winning situation if you can really nail that down. That'll definitely make this last turn much more efficient, and you'll get another meter, 2, 3, 4 out of what you already got going on now. So, yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm here to help. If you'd like a technical analysis of your own, go to SeanDonnelly.biz and sign up. Services page, in-depth technical analysis. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Sean Don, peace and out.